Hey guys, what's up? Lone Berserker here, and this is a commentary 4 versus 4. This is a very big battle, and I'm playing as the Arvasi. My allies are Saba, Pontus, and Tylus. We're going up against Bactria, Massilia, Sparta, and Glacia. So at the start of this game, I was just you can see what I was doing here with my troops, and I'm gonna run up this Cantabrian cav just to keep back these horse skirmishers and Glacian raiders. And you can see the Massilian cav in the back there. He's going to put them in the forest, and you'll see why later. You won't. He didn't know it was going to happen, but what happens is a good reason why they're back there. But at the start, Thunder is my Sabian teammate here. He's very good at the game. He brings a bunch of camel cataphracts. Now, these guys are probably some of the best cavalry in the game, if not the best. And at the start of the game, he's just giving me orders to run forward and telling me in chat to go forward. So I'm like, alright, let's just run forward and see what happens. This is not what I was expecting at all. I was going to take this way more slower. But he says we're going to double team this guy. And then Tylus decides to send his cavalry over to help us, which was actually very useful. But that was pretty funny because my teammate's just like, me too, let me come. And we're like, alright. So we are triple teaming Glacia right here. He's going to do a pretty good charge into my Balearic Slingers, but he's going to take many losses on the pullout here. And I'm not going to let him get away free with that. I'm going to chase him with my other units, and I'm going to get a Javelin volley with the Cantabrian cav into the rear of these guys, and they're going to get hit by friendly fire from their own Glacian raiders and horse skirmishers. So you can see Thunder is now coming in with his Sabian camel cataphracts, and I'm going over here, like I can double team this, or triple team this, I guess you could say, and win this fight. I do let my Cantabrian cav get hit by a nasty volley from the Glacian Legionnaires, but I'd rather have that on this unit than on my infantry, and it happens again actually. So I want to come up here with my Scrutari Spearman. I'm going to tank from the Glacian charge. Thunder's coming in with the Sabian camels all around the fight here. Now Tylus has his raiding horsemen, and my skirmishers are trying to keep back his skirmishers, and my infantry is just going in. This is just a massive push at this point. Sparta is going to try to send over some Perioikoi spears to help. I'm actually going to cover my allies' retreat here because I think that Cantabrian cav is much less useful, or Celtiberian cav is much less useful than that unit there. But I'm coming in with my Scrutari Spearmen. I'm going to use cavalry counter tactics. I'm going to come in with another Celtiberian cav and break this Glacian spear. That was a huge win. I am sacrificing my Cantabrian cav. I actually do that all the time. I don't know why I sacrificed that unit, but I always bring them just to sacrifice them at the start of the game usually. But now I'm tearing apart these Cappadocians. This is a huge win for me using my Scrutari Spears, protecting my light Iberian skirmishers, which you will see they will come into a big help after that. Now I'm pushing in with more Celtiberian cav to pin down these Glacian raiders, mercenary horse skirmishers, and even some spearmen, because I have my own supporting Scrutari Spearmen, which are just as good as the Glacian spears, if not better. Now, he does get to my... He pulls through, which really annoyed me. I hate people that pull through, but whatever, honestly. Because I'm kicking the crap out of him in the center. I'm losing on the wing, but that's fine. I have my general here, and he'll kick the crap out of all these troops. But just as I thought we were almost done with this fight, Sparta sends over some citizen cav. And you can see my allies haven't even engaged yet, which they're smart. We need to take this guy out first, because... what's his name? Braveheart, the player that's playing Glacia, is probably the best player here. But now Massilia throws in his Massilian cav, but it's a bit too late at this point, actually, and they're not really doing that much with the combination of light horse, Sabian camel cataphracts, and Celtiberian cav, along with raiding horsemen. We're just tearing apart these guys, and now my Scrutari Spearmen are continuing to push back these other troops. Tylus sends in his Noble Horse General, which was a very risky. I actually didn't like that move. I didn't even notice he did that, but Thunder's doing good at keeping these units back. He's saving my Balearic Slingers. And if you haven't noticed, I'm using these Iberian Skirmishers to take down any units that are breaking through, and they are doing a great job at that. My Scrutarii are just going to throw their Javelins. I didn't even realize they were in that position, but you can see most of the cavalry is cleaned up. But more Massilian cavalry are coming out, and Hippeus Lancers are coming out, which is a big threat there. And the Bactrian player sends over some Bactrian Noble Horse. That is a very, very dangerous unit there. So all my Celtiberian cav have now been trapped over here, and my allies can't really micro. Thunder is trying to pull back from Sparta, which I didn't like at the time, but he's being smart. He's sacrificing these crappy troops up here. And now my ally's sending in his chariots. I didn't realize this during the game, but I don't know why there's so many movement orders over here. Oh yeah, this happened. This guy lagged out the Pontic player, which was extremely annoying. We thought we were gonna lose actually, but you will see the outcome here in a minute. Celtiberian Cav being torn apart by that Noble Horse and Paeus Lancer, but I have my Scutari Spears and my allies are doing very good at helping me. We pretty much have beat Glacia at this point, but he's still kind of holding over here against the Scutari and Scutari Spears. But these skirmishers right here are doing a great job. Now my general has just been on a rampage. If you haven't noticed, he has 300 kills at this point, and he's not gonna stop. He's slaughtering these naked warriors. Thunder is still doing great with the Sabian Camel Cataphracts, but he's completely pulled back. He's gonna let the AI and Tylus do the work on this side, which I didn't think was gonna work. Like, I thought we were done at this point. After rushing Glacia, I had nothing left. You can see all my troops that are left on the field are completely depleted. But I think the Tylus player helped us a lot there, which was very good. But his general does die again. I don't like that he sent in his Noble Horse general. My Celtiberian Cav are pinning down these Bactrian Noble Horse, trying to get my Scutari Spears in the fight, which I've done a good job at taking these units out. This Light Horse unit, how many kills does this guy have? It has 47 kills, which are not bad on a Light Horse unit, depending on what they were, but they killed pretty valued targets there. The Bactrian Noble Horse are chasing after this Sabian Camel Cataphract. If he would have turned around, I could have got my spears into the fight. Even though I'm getting javelin volleys off, that's not really enough. But he is coming in with Light Horse and the other Cataphract. Over here, this is just madness. If you haven't seen this army, I think he's got like 8 tribal warriors or 10 tribal warriors, something like that. And they're just clumping up here. I mean, the Celtic warriors aren't doing that bad, but they're gonna get teamed by those, double teamed by those guys. But the Eastern Slingers are helping there. Saba, Thunder, has completely pulled back, which actually kind of made me mad, because like we had just done all that, and now my army's just out here in the open getting murdered. Except for over here, I'm taking down some Spartan Hoplites, which is a huge win actually. He has supported me though with Sabian swords, even though that's like the worst unit in the game. At least they're doing something. I mean, they're not bad. What's their attack? They have 34 attack. That's not bad. And they have 67 kills. You can see again in the back, I'm just chasing these guys down, getting more and more kills, which is exactly what I want. And now my spearmen have joined in on the fight. This is very good, but something he did here confused the living crap out of me. He dismounted his Bactrian Noble Horse. And you're going to see him do this too over here with these Bactrian Horse Archers. He dismounted them, which was extremely confusing. I don't know why he did this. Like, honestly, I'm using my Scutari to take down these Bactrian Noble Horse, which are shooting backwards, if you haven't noticed. That's a thing. He is getting into my Balearics. I thought they could stay on the ground against the Horse Archers, but I guess those are only Parthia's Horse Archers that don't have good attack. I am winning in some of these positions, but I keep using the combo on my general Headhunt, Battle Rhythm, and Second Wind, and it's just destroying these Spartan Hoplites. I am literally chasing down horsemen on foot right now with my own horsemen, just trying to keep them pinned in place, but that really isn't happening, except for this unit back here. But it'll actually beat my spearmen one-on-one, but with 2 spearmen and a cav unit, we should be able to clean these 2 units up here, which it looks like we're going to do. Now this unit came back, and this guy didn't notice it. He was busy cleaning up my Scutari unit, so I'm going to turn that unit around, which it has right now. 68 kills, which are that's not bad for an Iberian skirmisher, actually, especially what they were on. Those were on Glacian Legionnaires. I'll take that. But now the Spartan player will be smart here, and after he wins against the Sabian sword and the Iberian unit here, he's going to turn and he's going to gang up on my general. That's the last pretty much of my general you will see. Now over here, this is when I realized we aren't doing that bad. We're starting to beat Massilia and Bactria. Bactria does not have any infantry on the field at all right now, except for those skirmishers, which are doing good against the Camel Cataphracts, and we still have this full Sabian army over here. So, he is doing some things with the skirmishers, just not much. But yeah, you can see here, this unit came back, which was pretty useful just to keep these guys distracted for a bit longer after breaking my Iberian swordsmen. Actually, I think they were broken twice, I don't remember. But I'm going to bring these guys up because they're a very fun unit, in my opinion, and they can get some kills on this unit here. So the only real men on the battlefield are these very, very light skirmishers. And they are coming up to face these Bactrian Noble Horse Archers. I think they're Noble Horse Archers. Now I'm going to get a volley off. This unit is at 50 right now. If my unit decides to fire there, I don't know what they're doing. So they pull back the javelins and they fire there, and they're just going to destroy this unit's dreams. It is down to 44. And more javelins are just going to come crashing onto this unit here. This is the most epic part in the battle and the most important. I'm actually joking, this is not the most important part of the battle. Now they're going to charge in. After bringing them down to 41, I have 43. My unit's already down to 38. They're losing decisively. They haven't killed any of the Bactrian Noble Horse Archers, or Bactrian Horse Archers. And they're breaking off the field. So that's the end of that unit. That's the end of my army pretty much. Well, I have my general and some Scrutarii and some Scrutarii spears. I'm going to recharge these Spartan Hoplites, because it's like the last hope I have to save my general. But they're getting shot in the back, sadly. But you can see at this point there isn't really much hope for our poor enemies. But trying to double speed it doesn't help at all because it just makes it slower. Which doesn't make any sense in my opinion, honestly. I think Total War Attila is the only game where speeding it up actually worked. You can see my general's the last unit of my army. He's making his final stand. He's beating the Spartan Hoplites, but there's too many Spartans for him to handle at this point. And as more and more troops fall off the field, it'll go faster. But now, something that the Bactrian player does, which is a very big mistake, is he thinks he's helping his teammate right now, but actually he's just making it easier for this unit to get kills because of all the friendly fire he's getting right now. But yeah, you can see it's over. We have a full Sabian army left, and there's not much the opponents can field right now. I mean, Bactria has a lot. That's pretty much their only real major player at this point. And he does actually have some infantry. I don't know where this came from, but it's just hillmen, and I think he has a few pike units and Thrail spears. The Pontic General, like I said, is the AI right now. That Royal Cav just died, and I think along with it the General. I would imagine, at least. Yes, it was the General. Now, Thunder realizes that he needs to move his army, and holy crap, he is fun. What the heck? Honestly, I don't understand double speed in this game. He's finally doing that. My general is actually beating the Spartan Hoplite, even though he has 26, but the amount of kills my general I am about to show you is the most kills I think I've ever gotten with one unit in this game. I have 570 kills with my general unit. That amazed me when I saw that, and I'm just getting more and more. And I don't understand how I got this many kills. Like, how is that even possible? 579 kills with one unit. That is ridiculous in my opinion. I will try to fast forward it again, because there's not much left. My Thunder just kind of comes in and cleans up the rest of the enemy here. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it at this point. After Galatia died, we thought we lost, but then we realized we had a chance to come back and win this. And we do come back and win this. The Galatian player, which was Braveheart, I don't like to be mean about this, but he didn't really have the best teammates. Thunder actually sent me a few messages saying it was easy after, which I felt bad for him, because we just absolutely murdered him with us three charging, me, Tylus, and Saba. Which is like the meanest thing I've ever seen in this game. It's just triple teaming someone like that. Like, that's pure evilness right there. But now at this point, he is just cycle charging over and over again. And the battle should end soon here, because I think the players start admitting defeat. Alright, so my allies are just kind of, and the AI are just kind of shooting at everything. Now they start wavering here. A bunch of units are breaking off the field. not because of army losses actually, but that will come in effect in a minute here. He gets rear charge that Yuta should break off the field. Tylus's tribal warriors are being beaten though by Levy pikemen. That's just a depressing fight right there to lose. How the heck does a tribal warrior get beat by a Levy pikeman? That is just the accomplishment of the century by this unit right here. They are probably shouting victory after taking 4 centuries to kill this unit, and then they just turn and realize there are more units over there that are now throwing javelins at them. And they're gonna die soon. So Saba, again, is just running around the field cleaning up at this point. There's not much hope for the enemy at this point. And as the battle drags on for 4 hours, because the fast forward button won't work, we see wavering flags from Bactria, but then they all of a sudden stable. But the Bactrian Royal Guard will fall. That unit still had 99 men left in it. There it goes. So it was a costly victory. And me and Thunder got the most kills, obviously. But he had 3,000 kills. That's a lot. So I will go through the armies here real quick. Here's Tylus's army. You can see he did pretty well. Obelix the warrior is the one who lost connection, but he got the least amount of kills, but some of his troops did well. Then there's me. I don't really know what to say about me. I just sacrificed my troops. And then there's Thunder, who got hundreds of kills on his cavalry, and some of his infantry did well. Braveheart was the player we triple teamed. He actually got the least amount of kills on his team, which never happens for him, but yeah. Getting triple teams usually isn't easy to hold back, but against that many units. Bactria doing very good, actually extremely good with his cavalry, general archers, everything in his army did good, even the hillmen. And that Levy pikeman that killed the tribal warrior. Sparta doing well, kind of. The spam of Spartan Hoplites didn't really help him that much. And then there's Major Stitch, who's sending over all his cavalry, did almost nothing to help his teammate. But other than that, actually, his infantry kind of did good. So his thorax swords did really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.